All right. Peace, peace. Barghani, Islam, Salam, Hetipu, Rahubat, Gino Lakum Ninani, Chief Noble Bandele El Amin in the building. And I have brother Abdullah Bey once again in the building. So go ahead, my brother.
Oh man, Frank, thank you, brother, for having me, man. It's an honor, man. You know,
Okay.
I love being on other platforms, because it shows unity and it shows that we have a commitment to working together. All
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
let me
Okay.
qualify that. I mentioned unity. All right. So I'm going to say commitment to working together. And let me tell you why I'm going to qualify unity. A constitution represents unity. So I want to, because there's something that we have to learn. I mean, and I know we loosely throw that word around. We throw that word unity around, you know, it's loosely because we don't understand political science. So with my understanding of political science and political philosophy, unity, we talk about a constitution.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
so this shows us a commitment of working together and and restoring political unity among our people. So I want to put that out there.
Much appreciated, my brother. So I know today it's gonna be we're gonna go deep today. I know it. Today we're gonna talk about the mind development through the true meaning of words. Okay, I just want you to take that in. The mind development through the true meaning of words. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, I'm gonna hit y'all with a quick ad, and then we can go into everything. And y'all, please like this video and subscribe. All right, but let me go into this ad, and we'll be right back.
Oh, if they just let me see origin story, it's showing me the light, the light. Folks, they set us free. Knowledge is the key. Guiding me all right, and that feel right.
All right. So we're back in the building. So we said the topic today, we're going to be talking about mind development through the true meaning of words. So I'm going to let you get into that because what are you going with that?
Well, I do like what you had on the screen earlier throughout the day. The origin of words can wake up the mind, and I saw that. Said, I'm glad you did that. That was good. That was a good catcher. It actually supported my topic, mind development through the true meaning of words.
Yes, sir.
So the origin of words and awaken the mind. So we're going to get into that. And how does that work? How can true meaning of words, original meaning of word, origin of words, awaken the mind? Will our mind sleep? So, because if you say awaken the mind, the implication is there's a mental sleep, there's an unconsciousness there going on. So we're the walking dead.
Yes.
And why are we the walking dead? We speak words. We speak words every day, And so how can this true meaning awaken our minds? So let's get into it. We're gonna look at the word evolve. I'm gonna build into this. Evolve, develop gradually. Develop gradually. Like you'll have linguists will say that meanings evolve over time. Society changes. There's an advancement of technology. And you have to have meanings that reflect the development and advancement of society. You can't use the same meanings because those certain things were not around then. That's what you get out there. All right. So this evolving, developing gradually. So we're going to look at devolve, to gradually go from an advanced state to a less advanced state, deteriorate, degenerate, fall apart, generally end up worse. We're going to look at the definition of semantic change. Semantic change refers to the process by which meaning of words or concepts evolve over time, either in relation to external factors or within internal linguistic system. It involves shifts in the sense associated with a word or the recruitment of new words to express a particular concept. So, let's look at this. So we're gonna look at a series of words here,
okay,
and analyze this. So we have the words desire, disaster, and consider. So desire, the origin, and how would this awaken our minds? Desire,
right.
await what the stars will bring you. SIR is the French form of the Latin sidereare, which means star.
Okay.
So there's an astronomical concept there. The constructive meaning or new meaning buries that astronomical. So the astronomical thought concept is buried in the new meaning or constructive meaning. So so moving from the astronomical concept, await upon the stars and what the stars will bring you, to this wish, to simply wish. So the astronomical concept is lost. Is that a evolution? Is that a gradual development or a devolution?
Right.
To gradually go from advanced state to a less advanced state, deteriorate, degenerate, fall apart, generally end up worse. Let's look at another one.
I got
Consider. So we have the desire, the French SIR. We have the Latin sidereare, consider, to consult the stars carefully, or to observe the stars carefully. So the modern connotative meaning, to observe, to ponder, to think. So the concept of astronomy is not there. Think, ponder. It's not there. So you see, is that evolving? Is that the evolving of the meaning?
It sounds like devolve.
So it's devolve.
That's right.
Suppressing the astronomical concept that embodies the word. So the astronomical concept, so that when you're looking at language, when you look studying words are studied in the context of a culture, not as some individual, some isolated, in a context of culture. because that gives you idea of how advanced that society is, or it was. They had this we're looking at, they has that understanding of astronomy. It's advanced society. So they had words relating to astronomy. So that gives you insight to, they had a knowledge of astronomy. Disaster. An unfavorable aspect of the star, an unfavorable aspect of a planet or star. Disaster, D-I-S, away. Aster, the Greek for star, away from the star. So on a unfavorable alignment or aspect of a planet or star. So once again, the concept of disaster, disaster.
Right.
Of this modern constructive meaning. The concept of astronomy is not there. There's no concept of star, or planet.
No, not at all.
So you start looking at I like how you put it. The original words can awaken up the mind. So I'm demonstrating that, and we're going to, I'm just getting started. I'm heating it up.
I already know. You get warm. You gotta be thinking. You gotta be over here.
You know what I mean? I gotta, get started, get warm y'all up. All right. So I'm going to look at another series of words.
All right.
We have month.
Okay.
Ministration.
Yes.
Friday. Sin. And Lucifer. And we're going to see how this is all related. So I'm going to give those words again. Month.
Okay.
Ministration. Friday. Lucifer. And sin. Before I get into, I'm going to read from the back of my book, How Her Venus and Moon Rule. All right. And I have an excerpt of a book. And on the back of my book, How Her Venus and Moon Rule. All right. So let me get to it. In the chapter entitled Goddess of the Witches of their, in the chapter entitled Goddess of the Witches of their book, The Great Cosmic Mother, Rediscovering the Religion of the Earth, Monica Jewel Sue and Barbara Moore write, the morning star, also the evening star, is Venus, which along with the moon was observed with very accurate calculations by ancient astronomers worldwide. To the Aztecs, it was Quetzalcoatl. To the Mayans, Kukulkan. To the Sumerians and Babylonians, it was Inanna Ishtar. When Christians encounter, I have quote unquote Christian, well, we're going to address that later. When Christians encounter astronomical, astrological observations and texts on Venus and the moon, they saw only devil worship. Hence, they destroyed library after library containing ancient wisdom and knowledge, including the Mayan Astronomical Library of Mani, as well as the Library of Alexandria. Mayan astronomical knowledge was probably the most advanced in the ancient world. In 1552, the Spanish friar Diego de Landa, confronting all these texts containing Mayan intellectual brilliance as well as spiritual data, stated that they contained nothing in which there was not to be seen with superstitious and lies of the devil. And so we burned them all. Early Christian smashing of Dionysic cults in the Mediterranean, as well as later church persecutions of witches in Europe, must be seen in this global context. Wherever Christians saw knowledge, herbal, medicinal, astronomical, symbolical, they saw demonism and moved to destroy it. The witch persecutions were never simply aimed at devil worshippers, but an ancient human knowledge of the world. I'm gonna read that. That's impacting. Let's sink that in.
Yeah,
The witch persecutions were not simply aimed at devil worshippers, but an ancient human knowledge of the world. So it was not, so this isolating it to witch burnings.
Right.
It's an attack on the entire culture, an attack on ancient human knowledge.
Yes. Yes.
That's where they're getting at.
Anything that wasn't Christian, their particular.
And we're going to qualify that too, because we're Christians. I'm going to qualify that. So I don't, so I don't want to, yeah. So but that's, so that's the, I know they're using it connotatively, they're, yes.
Right.
All right. So I have to, but that's a direct quote. So I got to qualify it. I'll do that after these series of words. All right. So the etymology of the word month means moon. So when people say month, what month is it?
Exactly.
What month are we in? Next month, I'm going to do, like, the moon is not in their mind. The word month, like the word moon don't pop to your mind. Like when you say a word, like a image pops to your mind, or a thought pops in your mind when you say the word, or if you're thinking about something and you're thinking about the word month, the concept, the image of the moon comes into your mind. That doesn't happen. So I'm here thinking about month, and the image moon comes to my mind. That happens to me, but I know that's not the way the masses are. So how has that helped me? How has that awakened my mind? All right. You want to see?
Yes.
All right. So you see that month, knowing that it means moon. So that's a culture. Why does month mean moon? What does that got to do with the word? What does moon got to do with a calendar? That's what it has to do with it. The lunar calendar. And great emphasis on the lunar calendar for timekeeping.
Exactly. Right.
28 days times 13 equals 354 days. That's the lunar calendar. You have the solar calendar. You have the lunar calendar. Now let's look at the word menstruation. Oh man, I got my menstrual cycle. Women aren't thinking of, when they say menstrual cycle, the word image of month, the image of moon is not coming to their mind. They don't associate menstrual cycle with moon.
No, they don't.
See how this is going to awaken? I'm getting y'all there.
I see
so,
it. I hear it.
So now if women have this knowledge that the etymology of the word menstruation means moon, they would now be being tuned, or work to become in tuned, and knowing that their menstrual cycle is governed by the moon cycle, that there is a biorhythmic connection between women and the moon. Every 28 days, the moon revolves around the earth. Every 28 days, the women have a menstrual cycle, or some say period. So you're seeing what? a biorhythmic connection. Women are a walking lunar calendar, but that, and they're what? They're counting 12, not 13.
Right.
See, they're counting 12 and not 13. So you see how they're off?
Yep.
And it's
like
13 of them.
It's like October. October is what, 8?
Right? No, I'm saying there's 13. There's 13. Let me explain the 13.
No. Follow what I was saying. I was saying that October is 8. So if October is 8, then 9 is.
Oh no, I know you're going, but that's not where I'm going. I know where you're going. What I'm talking about is the earth. Let me just tell you where I'm going.
It's okay.
The earth revolves around the earth. The moon revolves around the earth in 28 days. That complete revolution around the earth, 28 days, 13 times. It does it 13 times. That's what I'm getting from. So you have a complete cycle would be 13. So once it reaches 13, it starts to cycle again. 28 days, that's 1. Another 28 days, 2. 28 days, 3. Another 28 days until you get to 13, and that completes it. That ends the year. That ends the year. All right. That ends the year in the lunar calendar. Then that starts another year, 28 days, 1 month. Another 28 days, 2 months. 28 days, 3 months. 28 days, 4 months. 28 days until we get another, and that ends another year. That's where I'm coming from. Women are counting 12. Not 13. They have 13 of them, not 12. Women have, so therefore they're not in harmony with the natural, the natural rhythmic cycles of the moon, because they've been conditioned 12. They have 12 menstrual cycles when they act, it's 13. So they're off.
Yes.
That's where I'm getting from. I just want to make sure clear on that. I know where you're coming from. You're talking about the.
Let's keep going. We got you.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes. All right. Now we have the word Friday. F-R-I, coming from the Old Norse word Freya, F-R-E-Y-A, Freya. Freyja, F-R-I-G-G-A, Freyja. That is the Old Norse goddess of fertility, which is reference to the Venus. So they're saying Friday.
Right.
They're not thinking Venus.
No.
Friday the 13th. Ooh, see 13. Number 13 again.
Yeah, going back.
Friday the 13th, unlucky. They got a movie, sequel, Friday the 13th, and a bunch of killing. The main character, Jason, is a killer. So they're associated. Hear me out. Please follow me, my brothers and sisters. Please. They associated Friday, Venus, Freya, Venus, fertility, Venus, fecundity. All right. Venus, the Venus calendar. All right. The number 13, every 28 days, 13 moon. All right. With a movie whose main character is Jason killing. So they see what they're doing. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Jason. See? So how they damaging our minds?
Right.
And you see, having the knowledge of it, as I do, then you know. So you not the you know the movie is called Friday the 13th, right? But you're not frightened. You're not Friday the 13th because you are separating. You know, you have the knowledge of its what? True meaning. So what sits with me, the movie don't sit with me. Because the knowledge, the astronomical knowledge and its purity sits with me. All right, so I'm just saying, we're talking about the awakening. I'm not done. The word sin. We're all born in sin, which is a good thing. You're not born in sin? I ain't born in sin. Hold on, you're not born in sin.
Yeah,
I'm lost.
Explain it.
I'm lost that you're not born in sin. So the sperm didn't travel, you know, millions of sperms traveling up the birth canal, all right? And then one hits, you know, lies in the fallopian tube, fertility. The word moon is a Sumerian name for the word sin. It's a Sumerian name for moon. Moon is modern English. Lune, Latin. Sin, Sumerian. Sin, outside. Go see sin outside. Mount Sinai. So once again, by suppressing, they're suppressing the mind. They're suppressing the culture with creating or constructing new meanings. Lucifer. Luke means light. Fer means bearer or bringer. So the Venus is referred to as Lucifer because Venus, the planet Venus, shines bright. We know it's not a star, but it refers to as the bright and evening star and bright and morning star. There's 263 days where Venus rises before the sun. So that you see Venus before the sun. So therefore Venus is referred to as the bright and morning star. There's a 52-day cycle between Venus rising before the sun, and then that 52-day cycle. Now Venus rises after the sun sets. And for that 263 days, Venus is referred to as the bright and evening star, because Venus rises after sunset. See that? This is a knowledge base of an ancient calendar system.
Yes.
The 5-pointed star, that's 584-day cycle. There's 5 times where Venus transitions between the earth and the sun, forming that Rosetta or Rosabella or 5-pointed star. So here we go. 584 days. All right.
Okay.
Venus transitions between the earth and the sun. 504 days. Transition between the earth and the sun. 504 days. Transition between the earth and the sun. 504 days. Transition between the earth and the sun. 504 days. There you go. That 5-pointed star. It represents the 8-year cosmological Venus and Earth cosmological cycle. 8-year Venus and Earth alignment. So it's not just a mere symbol. It's a cosmological cycle, an 8-year cosmological cycle of Venus, not just the Eastern Star.
Right.
Venus is the Eastern Star. So so looking at that. We're gonna tie into the horns.
It look like it's inverted. Right, it's inverted, right? Like the star is inverted.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right. Let me explain. All right. I knew where you're going.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I just want y'all to follow me. I said it doesn't matter. I made that claim.
Okay.
I just want y'all to follow me. It doesn't matter what direction it's in.
Okay.
Doesn't matter inverted, up. Doesn't matter. Just follow me. I want to stay with the astronomy. All right. Here we go again. I'm gonna just do it again. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. I'm gonna show you that it doesn't matter whether it's inverted. It said we're talking in the sky, though. We're talking in the sky. You're talking on a piece of paper.
Right.
It doesn't begin on a piece of paper. It doesn't begin on a flag. It doesn't begin on a wall. It doesn't begin. I'm talking epistemology, how one knows knowledge. It doesn't begin on a wall. It doesn't begin on a carving. It doesn't begin on a flag. So it doesn't matter whether it's inverted, because we're talking about the 5 times where Venus transitions between the Earth and the sun. We want to stay with the astronomy. That's first. The astronomy is first. That's the epistemology. The astronomy is first. So Venus transitions between the Earth and the sun 5 times in 8 Earth years. Whether it's inverted, that's on paper. That's on a wall. That's not the origin of it. You just inverted it, but it doesn't change the fact. It being inverted or whatever, however you move it, or whatever you twist it, however, doesn't change the astronomical fact of Venus transitioning between the Earth and the sun 5 times in 8 Earth years. So that's where I'm coming from. That's the origin of it. That's the origin.
Right.
So now when you have Venus, the 5-pointed star within a circle, all that is the Earth and Venus alignment. That's a 8-year Earth and Venus alignment. We're going to start, like I said, we're going to stay with the astronomy. You stay with the astronomy, you don't get lost. Stay with the astronomy, because that's the epistemology. That's the epistemology of it. How one knows knowledge. It starts there.
Gotcha.
Epistemology is a branch of philosophy. Epistemology is the study of knowledge. All right. So anything you got there, if you have anything that I need to clear up, Mandalay, let me know.
All right.
All right. So let's continue.
Yeah, go ahead and continue, man.
The horns. There is a movie called Maleficent. I took my daughter to go see it. This was just before COVID, like 2 years before, like 2018, I think that came out. Maleficent.
Okay.
Mal, bad. All right. So Maleficent. Make a good, make a do. But Mal is bad. The main character in the movie is called Maleficent. Right. She's the horn-headed character. She's the horn-headed character.
Right, I remember that.
And she's called Maleficent. The horn-headed character is referred to as bad? Mal? Why not beneficent? Because of the distortion of the horns, misrepresented as evil. The horns is simply a symbol of the moon.
Right.
All right, here we go. So you and I are walking at night, Ben Delay. and we see the crescent-shaped moon.
Right.
We
Right.
see the crescent-shaped moon, and we see a goat. We see a goat with the crescent-shaped horns, huge crescent-shaped horns. And we say, oh man, look at the goat. Look at the moon. I mean, it's in its first quarter. It's either in its first quarter phase,
Right.
or its last quarter phase.
Right.
So we see the crescent. Wow. And Bentley say, man, you know what? Let's take that home with us. Let's take that goat home. We're going to take the goat back to our village. And then, so we deem the goat to be a symbol for the moon.
Right.
Because when you first see the moon, because you have the new moon, you don't see the new moon phase. So from 7 days, when it begins the new cycle, you don't see the moon. When you first see the moon, it's in its what? You're already in the second week. You're in the second week already. But when you see the moon, that's called a first quarter moon.
Yeah.
So you're already in the second week, beginning of the second week.
Right.
That's why. So here comes the European conquerors. The European conquerors. Yeah, man. See how they honor the goat, and they use the goat as their symbol of the moon, because it's the crescent-shaped horns, and they give that, connect that to the women, the menstrual cycle of the women, so they show that as power, and fertility, and they associate the goat with fertility and woman and power, and because they understand the menstrual cycle of the woman. So we gotta eat, that's power. See how powerful they are? So we gotta bury that knowledge. We gotta bury that knowledge from them. All right. So we're going to invade them, and we're going to take the children from them, and we're going to teach the children that this goat here is the devil, right? We're gonna make it the story, and and we're gonna say that's evil. Right. That's the devil. That's evil. All right. The horns is evil. See that? I'm gonna just show you once again the presentation is what? Mind development through the true meaning of words. And Bentley did and I like Bentley's title, Origin of Words can wake up the mind. I'm showing you how it can.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so we're going to continue here. This is very powerful.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man.
Because let's look at the word Illuminati.
Oh, this is the word right here.
The Illuminati. Ooh, right. The Illuminati. You know what I mean? The blood sacrifice.
Right.
Controlling the rappers and controlling the music industry, and these European men and the Illuminati, and they're gonna take over the world, and the Illuminati, and you know what I mean?
Right.
They all say die, and the evil men and the Illuminati, So exactly. And I'm saying that way because that's what that's how they say it. They all spooked up and stuff, and the Illuminati, and and so there's a movie, the Tomb Raider.
That's a good movie.
And Laura Croft, played by Angela Jolie, and I can't remember her father. And they're in the tomb there, and he's teaching her the true representation and true meaning of Illuminati. Those who are enlightened collectively. Illuminati. Those who are enlightened collectively. So Illuminati is not some secret society of evil men trying to take over the world and control the rap industry and control the music industry, and they do blood sacrifice, and they kill rappers and they kill musicians and stuff like that, and they do blood sacrifice, and no, it's not that. about that. So let's look at that. My book, Illuminati and the Illumination of the Mind, the ancient musical scale, pineal gland, melanin, DNA, and cellular memory. On the back cover, I have the etymologies of words, a few words. The etymology of Illuminati. Illuminati, plural of Latin illuminatus, enlightened. Li is the prefix, the root word lum, ate is the suffix. Lum means shine. Illuminatus is singular. So if I say, Abendele, you're Illuminati, that's grammatically incorrect.
Okay, right.
How can Bendele, singular, how can I'm going to use a plural word, Illuminati, to refer to Bendele?
Right.
That's improper grammar. Illuminatus is singular. Illuminati is plural. So let's get the grammar straight.
Gotcha. I'll say. Yes, sir.
From the verb illuminare, from in, upon, plus lumen, 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 Lumin, light. The prefix il is a form of the prefix n. Throw light on, brighten, shine, give insight into. Latin, illuminatum, supine of illuminato, lighten, light up, show off. From in equals illumino, light up. From lumen, Lumen, light. Cognate with Old English lyman, Lyman, to glow, shine. Light equals insight. Lumen equals lucimen. Lucer, to shine. Etymology of Lucifer and its connection to Illuminati. Illuminati is synonymous with Lucifer. Look, Luc, is the root word in the word of Lucifer, and the variant form of lum, Lum, in the word Illuminati. Look, light plus fer, Fer, bearer, light bearer. Luciferian, one who bears the light. So, Mendele is the Luciferian, one who bears the light. Knowledge, Luciferian.
Exactly. So how do you think they got, I mean, like, in your opinion, how do you think they got twisted up?
And all right, so let me get more specific. You have what's known as the Inquisition against the Moors. So the Crusades was launched against the Moors, where Europeans, then in 1080, you have the development of the Knights of St. John's, the Sovereign Order of the Knights of St. John's. You have St. John's, the Knight Orders of St. John's of Hospitaller, that was established in about 1085. St. John's of Hospitaller, the word hospital. The word hospital is the name of the Knight Order. It's the name of Knight Order. Okay. That's the St. John's of Hospitalia. St. John's of Hospitalia. So hospital is a Knight Order, tied to a Knight Order that was established over about 1,000 years ago. 80, so that's about 900, almost 1,000 years ago. Okay, right, so that's so we clear on that. So you have the St. John's of Calastrata, the Order of Christ, the Knights Templar. These orders were established to fight against the Moors. We're talking about its origin, not its use today. We're not talking about it being part of it, such charity group. No, that's not the origin. It's not the origin. They're using the same names.
Right.
So you have their members don't know the origin. They just using it. Well, that's not. You can't dismiss the origin. If I'm somebody says I'm a Knights Templar, and I give them the history and origin. Well, that's not what it is today. You can't dismiss the origin. You can't dismiss why it was established. The Knight Orders were established to fight against us, the Moors. That was the reason for it there being established.
Y'all hear that?
Moors ruling Europe. The Moorish Empire in Europe by S.P. Scott, volumes 1 and 2. So to put an end to Moorish rulership in Europe, the Europeans combined their resources, established Knight Orders. They organized politically against us. That is known as the Crusades against the Moors. So today, these Europeans use the same name. So now 1235, the only stronghold that was left was Granada. So Granada from 1235 to November 25th, 1491.
Right.
Granada stood alone. Granada was the only Moorish stronghold in Europe. Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand married in 1469 to unite their kingdoms to end the Moorish rulership in Europe. On November 25th, 1491, Abu Muhammad signed the surrendering treaty of Granada, but that surrendering treaty did not remove the Moors' personal rights. In that treaty, the Moors' personal rights are preserved. So they launched the Crusades. So in 1256 to 1226, Philip. So 1220 to 1226.
Right.
Philip II to Philip I. The Moors remain in Europe even after because the Moors' personal rights are protected.
Right.
The treaty protects the Moors' personal rights, but of course there's an encroachment. Now the plan with Philip II, Philip I, and Philip II was to kill the Moors, because Moors had property, personal rights, was to take the Moors' property, all right, and personal rights and personal effects. So they launched what's called the Inquisition against the Moors. The Moors were denationalized and subjugated under Spanish rule and were classified as Spanish. That is the first denationalization of the Moors. Moors being classified as Spanish. The Moorish national they moved the Inquisition against the Moors was about removing the Moorish every aspect of Moorish national characteristics, language, Arabic, fezzes and turbans, names, book burnings, erasing every aspect of. They didn't push that erasing Moorish culture because it's there. It's so we built rail, we built street paved roads and
Right.
and libraries and and etc. So we still
So let me get back to the origin of words. So when we're talking about this ability to open up the mind, do you think that they took those words away from their astronomical understanding to take away, like to break our mind?
Yes,
Or
that's the Inquisition. Okay. That's the Inquisition. That's what I went into, because what I did was I placed the history to it.
Exactly.
Yes, to break our minds. I mean, so what I did was.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I went through that history because now so it can have more meaning. All right, so that because that's the Inquisition, to break our minds. To remember, you're talking about we're highly advanced in mathematics and algebra and calculus and spherical trigonometry, the astronomy, the quadrant, medicine and botany, so we highly advanced in architecture and in astronomy, highly advanced. So yes, to break our minds and to maintain it. So the distortion. So let's go once again. Consider, desire, and disaster. The etymology, what? Reconnects you to the astronomical knowledge. And that for the great astronomical knowledge of, sailing the seas, understanding astronomy, using the astrolabe, the quadrant. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So they maintain it through the constructive meaning of words. Absolutely. Great. Thank you for the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we got a lot of, I don't know if you got, so do you have any more you want to build on that, or do you want any questions or any?
Yes, I get. Let
me
me finish this up. Yes.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
The name Holy See, used by the Vatican and its connection to the illumination of the mind. The word holy is derived from the Greek word helios, which means sun. The sun is a symbol for illumination of the mind or enlightenment. The word see, S-E-E, is in reference to the activation of the pineal gland, third eye. Note, the word hell is derived from the Greek word helios. Etymology of deus, D-E-U-S, and its connection to illumination, Illuminati, and inner seeing. Deus is the Latin from the ancient Egyptian name for the sun, which is I-E. The following are variant forms of the Egyptian, i.e. Eo, I-E-O, Eos, I-E-O-S, Eos, J-E-O-S, Zeus, Z-E-U-S, Deus, D-E-E-U-S, Esos, I-E-O-S-O-S, Jesus, J-E-S-U-S. The sun is a symbol for illumination and enlightenment. Ra is also the Egyptian name for the sun, Amen, Amen Ra. Gnostic, gnosis means knowledge. No, G-N-O, Greek. Noble, Latin, no, K-N-O-W, not in English.
Okay,
so we can get into, once again, that coming from the Illuminati and the illumination of the mind.
Right. Mm-hmm. That was a lot right there. That was a you hit them with the two right there, right? So
yes, yeah, that's my plan. That's what I came to do.
Yes, sir. So okay, you said Jesus, because I know you put Jesus in there. So Jesus was Helio.
Yeah, put Jesus in there. Yeah. Jesus, Deus, Zeus, yes, Zeus. You have the I-E-O-S-O-S, the I-E-O-S, J-E-O-S, Zeus, Z-E-U-S, Deus, D-E-U-S, Jesus. You have the I-E, I-E-O, I-E-O-S, J-E-O-S, Z-E-U-S, Zeus, Deus, D-E-U-S, Eos, I-E-O-S-O-S, Jesus, J-E-S-U-S. So Jesus belongs to us. Yes, the Son, the Word. That's just I'm showing you that they're reconstructing it into a modern form so that you don't see the connection. Was to disconnect you from it by reconstructing it.
Yeah, that was heavy. I mean, because they like Jesus is like a man who blah blah blah.
No,
or they say
No,
Jesus is justice, you know, but
no, no.
right,
Jesus
but
doesn't mean justice. The word Jesus does not mean justice. That's
no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
you
But
got
that's what
to.
they say.
Once again,
Right.
that's the problem.
You're
No,
right.
that's the problem.
That is the problem.
No, that's it. No, what you just said. You said that's what they say. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what they say. Exactly. That's what they say.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem. Let's be clear.
Exactly.
That's the problem. That's what they say. No, you didn't say, well, that's what they prove.
Right.
That's what they show.
Right.
They go through the etymology. You said that's what they say. That's the problem.
Exactly. Exactly. That's deep though. So y'all are y'all following this? I hope y'all are following this because he is going in deep. So yes, sir. So go ahead. I don't mean to stop, but go ahead. So what else
Yes. You said, Doug, you want to fill some questions. Let's do that.
Oh, okay. So I mean, you got people in the chat.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So
Because we almost on our end. So let's get some questions going.
yeah, we can go back through some stuff. They had some questions. I guess they were talking about, let's see, let's go back. If y'all got any more questions that y'all want to say, you know, go ahead and put them in the chat because I'm going to go through these. So let's see. I know the one brother had a question about derived. So I want to ask him about this. He was saying, so derived words don't count. I need you to elaborate on that. What are you meaning by derived words don't count? Or do you understand what he's meaning by that, brother?
I'm trying. So derived words.
Yeah.
No, when it's all right. All right. Let me explain that. When you say derive would be all right. So, all right. Let me explain. And I think, all right. I want y'all, if you have an etymological dictionary at hand, or just a dictionary that has the etymological. So let me help him. Let me demonstrate. This is what he means. Go to a dictionary that has etymological brackets. So let me give you all right. When you see in the etymological brackets, some would have DEV period abbreviation. Some would have the less than sign. So they'll have the those. So let's just give you a word. Derived from. They'll say they'll have the modern English, and then say derived from the French. You know, old French, derived from the late Latin.
Right.
That's what he means. Derived from. All right.
Oh,
but
okay.
When you say derived from, you just letting you know where it came from. It's just letting you know when it says derived from in the etymological brackets or that less than sign, it just means that it entered into this language from Latin. It entered into the language, Latin. It entered into the French language through Latin. It entered into English from French. So that's what that means. Derived from. So just giving you the pathway in which it entered into a language. Thank you for that.
Gotcha.
I understand it very well. Very well.
Good stuff. So, okay, another question he had was, what are the Moorish roots that will awaken you? So maybe he's meaning like, what are the Moorish words?
Well, I went through this. I mean, it's so many, but I want to deal with a few so that.
Right. For time.
I mean, this is a presentation. You don't want to see why. All right. You don't want to overload. Right. Two, you don't want to overload where I'm coming here doing 100 words and stuff. That's that's not effective because you're overloading. So what I did was I picked certain words. Now I picked certain grouping of words and showing their relationship. Yeah. I ain't trying to do 50 words because it's overload. But I put there's certain words that I did and I went into depth with them. I've done it already.
Exactly. So that's so let me ask you this question, because when I had somebody earlier before we got on, and then when we mentioned the title of meaning of words and words awaken the mind, how does spells play into this? Like the use of spells and things of that nature. Does that have any place in that, or what? To your what did you?
All right, so this was asked. Yes, somebody asked me this yesterday. I had a conversation with a brother, and that's something, synchronicity, and he mentioned the words having spells, and I said no, brother. Let's use the linguistic. Let's use linguistics. That's called connotations. Okay. What you're calling spells with words is called connotations or constructive meanings. The word is called connotations. All right. Once again, let's follow me. Consider, to think, to ponder about the stars. To think, to ponder about the stars. Consider. The connotation meaning is to think or ponder. That's not a spell. That's what's called a connotative meaning. That's called a constructive meaning because they removed the reference to star. Like I don't want to mystify stuff. Because it's called connotation. They removed the reference. So now they're all right. Just follow me. New additions are made in dictionaries. Just follow me.
Okay.
So you have 1650 dictionary.
Okay.
And then 50 years later, they get that same edition. That there's a second edition. 50 years later, the original meanings, the references, concepts are they constructing new meanings. Like that's what they're doing. That's not a spell. They're just simply constructing new meanings, right? Because they're burying to get you away from the original concept and thought. That's all that I just want to stay with the linguistical methodology and what it is. Because I hear, spelling and putting spells on words and spelling and then So what happens is, let me address this, bro, because I've seen it, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And so now the person who hears that from somebody, all they're doing is repeating it. Like they don't really have they don't have a concept. They just saying spelling, spell on words and spelling, but they don't really have a concept. So therefore, they just go like Paul parrots and repeating it. I want to empower people. Bendelay. It's called connotations. I don't want to mystify shit. Thank you for that, brother.
I got you. Let me see what else we had going on, brother. What was my man asking? Stop using that. So somebody, this may not be a So what do you think about that? They're saying like to stop
Okay.
using the Euro roots. What?
All right, let me answer that. All right, let me address that and tell him don't stop at their Euro roots. And tell him don't stop at their Euro roots. All right, let me address that. I understand. All right. We're going to all right. Let's look at God. God. Kuda. Kuda. All right. There is, so we're going to make it clear that there's no Euro roots as far as origin. Kuda. Kuta. Good. God. Kuda. Kuta. Good. God. So I went from Sanskrit to Persian to Gothic to modern English.
I got you.
So it's not a Euro root. It's called reconstruction. See, I don't mystify stuff because I understand the science. I don't need, I use the linguistic terms.
Got you.
It's mystifying. You just speak. I want people to understand the methodology. Give them the term. It's called reconstruction or
Right.
transliteration. Like pater, P-A-T-E-R. That's Latin. Father, modern English. So let me explain. It's called reconstruction or transliteration. Trans, across, litera, letter. Here we go. The P in English, the P in Latin transliterates or is reconstructed to an F in modern English.
Okay.
The T in pater, within Latin, is reconstructed or transliterated to a TH in modern English.
Exactly.
That is called transliteration.
I got you.
All right?
I got you. All right. All right. So he says, if you and I are in a conversation, I should pull out an etymological dictionary to understand you. So what?
All right, let me address that. Let me address that. All right, let me address that. I've been through this. I got 25, 1998, bro. I got 26 years, bro. I've been through this. I know what I've been through this. I've already addressed that. All right, here we go.
Right.
So
I don't think he means it malicious either.
No, of course not. But I still want to that because other people are going to say that.
Exactly.
So I thank you for that. Dark side, I thank you for that because people are going to say that, because the implication is that there's no value to it. There's no, you won't be able to communicate with the people. You know what I mean? The people are saying nice. They're saying nice. They're saying nice, but they really mean, good. You mean they be saying, oh, you got nice shoes on. You know what I mean? They don't mean stupid shoes. They don't mean ignorant shoes. You know what I mean? So how are you going to communicate with the people? You know what I mean? If you go to the etymology of the word nice, stupid, not knowing, you know what I mean? When people say nice clothes, nice shoes, nice sneakers, nice curtains, nice car, I get it. Get it. So how can you communicate with everyday people? All right. Let's follow me, my brothers and sisters. We got to get back to rulership. It's getting us back to rulership. Getting us back to self-governance. Let me give you an example. Let me give it. The Commonwealth of Virginia versus the Montapani tribe. Commonwealth of Virginia, this is the case. Commonwealth of Virginia versus the Montapani tribe. This case is based off a 300-year-old treaty with the Padamati Moors, they call the Indians, Padamati Indians, and Great Britain. That treaty protects the Padamati tribe reservoir rights. Virginia, Commonwealth of Virginia, encroached on their rights that's protected by that treaty. The attorneys for Commonwealth of Virginia said to us, the Matapati Moors, they say Matapati Indians, said, oh, you know, it's challenging for us to find 300-year-old meanings. Would you mind that we use modern meanings of words into which to interpret the treaty? Yes. Yes. You can use modern meaning of words to which to interpret the 300-year-old treaty. Because you did say it's challenging to find 300-year-old meanings, and we go for that bullshit.
Right.
I'm talking real application. I ain't done. I ain't done.
No, I know you ain't.
I'm knocking loaded, boy. Here we go. Foster versus Nielsen. Foster versus Nielsen, and this is based off an 1818 treaty between Great Britain, Spain, and United States. Spain had ceded Florida. You got East Florida and West Florida. Great Britain had one of them. Spain had one of them. So France, Great Britain, Spain cedes. So Spain had, the Spanish crown had granted land grants. So the case was that the challenge was that the Spanish land grant was granted after the treaty to this particular to Foster. And so the English version of the treaty was used in the case. This was revisited in the United States versus Thompson, Perchman. Thank you. United States versus Perchman. So you have Foster versus Nielsen revisited in United States versus Perchman. And United States versus Perchman, they knew that was an error. And Foster versus Nielsen, they used the international principles of the international canon of interpretation. And United States versus Perchman, they used the Spanish version of the treaty. The Spanish version of the treaty renders a different interpretation. So you have what's called canons of interpretation. But they use the international canons of interpretation, and using the international canon interpretation, you have to use the language in which the treaty. So it's the Spanish, because now you're looking at the Spanish crown and granting the all right. So I think once I was able to come up with examples like that, real life examples, I was able to get to show that it's not useless, that it's not a waste of time. All right. Any other questions?
Let me see. Anybody? Y'all got any more questions? I don't see too many more questions. If you're asking, consider my question. I don't mean to see. So I do see this. So he does make mention of. He's saying that those were Indo-Euro terms.
All right.
So what is that?
Let me explain. All right. You have Indo-European roots. Indo-European. Sir Walter Williams. Sir Walter Williams studied at the University of Calcutta in India in 1717.
Okay.
and he studied Sanskrit at the University of Calcutta. And in his study of Sanskrit, he saw a common origin of words. So he developed in his study of Sanskrit, by studying Sanskrit, the Indo-European chart, what's called the family of languages. So Indo refers to Sanskrit. All right. Sindhu. You have Sindhu, Hindu, Hindu. So Hindu refers to Sindhu, Sanskrit. So he called it Indo-European, Sir Walter Williams. But I'm referring that the Indo refers to Sanskrit. All right, so you look at, for instance, give me an example. Blague. That is the Indo-European root for black.
Right.
Blague means shine, bright. So you have the Latin. So you have the Indo-European root, Blague, B-H-L-E-G. The Greek is Phlegian, P-H-L-E-G-E-I-N. So you have the Indo-European root, B-H-L-E-G.
Right.
The Greek, P-H-L-E-G-E-I-N. The Latin, F-L-A, Flareon, Flagier, flame, flare. All right. We're talking the same family of the word black now. Same family of the word black.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Latin, F-L-A, Flagier, F-L-A-G-A-R-E. You have the Dutch and Danish, Blackian, B-L-A-C, modern English, B-L-A-C, and you had the modern old English, B-L with what's it called ligature, where the A and E are kissing. That's called a ligature. All right. So you have the Dutch form, the Old Norse form, and modern English is B-L-A-C-K. That's all in the same family. Blank. Blank. You have the bleach, the word bleach. They're in the same family of the same family, the word black.
How did it get to from bleach and light?
All right,
to dark.
All right, there we go. That great question. Here we go.
Right.
When you burn something, remember, it means the word burn, bright, shine. All right.
Okay.
What happens when you burn wood? What happens? What does a wood look like now after it's burned?
The burn looks dark.
What does paper look like? All right. What does paper look like after it's burned?
I mean, like ashes.
Like it's your shirt. Your shirt.
Yeah. It's like dark black.
Yeah, your shirt. Yeah, right. That's what it looks like. All right. So that's so the aftermath of burning something became the connotative meaning.
Okay, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, black.
Like when they say Ethiopia,
it means bright or shine. It means bright or shine. All right, bright or shine, black. That's the origin. The leg, bright or shine. You ask me, well, how did it come to refer to this? How did it come to refer to something that looked like this? Right. Well, when you burn something, it looks like what?
Right. It looks black, dark.
Right. I'm just trying to as you said, all right, just trying to put under some comprehension to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm asking. Yes, sir. You doing your thing.
Right, but this is not the origin of it. This ain't the origin of the word black. What this looks like. This is not the origin of it.
Exactly.
Bright or shine. bright or shine. That's the origin of it.
Exactly. So hey, that makes sense though. I mean, it goes back to like they call it like Ethiopian supposed to be burnt faces or burnt something. You know, like there's
Yes.
Europeans.
That's how they distort.
Yeah. They tend to use that word to describe skin color, burnt or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And we have very dark. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. It's something dark said. He said he cooking now. He said you cooking now.
I'm cooking now. I wasn't cooking before. All right.
Yeah, he been cooking. He been cooking. Yes, sir.
All right.
So let me ask you this: for people who are trying to get these understanding, so would a dictionary be the place for people to start to figure out these words?
You have Ernest Klein. You have the Ernest Klein English Etymological Dictionary. That's about $400 or $500. You have the Chambers English Etymological Dictionary. You have Walter Skeet's English Etymological Dictionary, and you also have the American Heritage Dictionary of the American Heritage Dictionary of the English language with the Indo-European roots. Make sure it has in the back has the Indo-European roots. Let me explain. All right, so you look up. So you look up the word factory. Look up the word factory in the American Heritage Dictionary, the English language with Indo-European roots. And the etymological brackets of FAC means comma make or do, right? Plus ori, and it'll say in boldface print CDHE in the appendix. CDHE in the appendix. You go to the appendix where the Indo-European roots are, DHE. What that does, it'll give you the cognates. It places the word, it now places the word factory in its family of words. So you'll see the word manufacturer, you'll see fiction, FIC, FAC, FEC. These are what root words that are derived from the Indo-European root DHE, FAC, FEC, FIC, FY, fiction, affect, defect, ratify. All right, so you see that. That's the American Heritage Dictionary of the English language with Indo-European roots.
Gotcha. I'm gonna try to put that.
Thank you for that.
Try to put that in the link. Okay, appreciate you on that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is heavy, man. This is heavy. Y'all got any more questions for my brother? Or
yeah, I'd like to give the methodology, man, to break that. The reason why people come with that mysticism because they don't know it. That's all.
You're right.
They don't know it. They can't break it down, because this is through study. Don't know it. I was taught this, and I continue to advance the study.
Exactly. And I feel like, once you know that word, it's like now you can connect it to its truer root, and
yes,
it's hard for you to go back to that now. Now that you know what it means, it's like when you said the word nice in your mind, you're like, oh, I know it doesn't mean nice anymore.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it does start to unprogram the mind, if you will. So it's
deprogram. Yeah, deprogram.
Yeah, deprogram.
Yep.
Deprogram the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, sir. Man, I definitely appreciate it, man. I think you gave him a lot to go by, especially the source of the words, where to go, where to find the books, where to find the literature, and then they'll be able to even read documents or things that are old, like things that are 100, 200 years old.
That's the
Right.
whole point. Thank you. Yes.
Right.
Because
We're gonna start-
so we got to put value to it.
Exactly. So now, I mean, what you're saying is, it's you making me think, right? And I'm like, right. You're like, that is unlocking the mind. Like when you start reading an old book, because people don't realize if you go back to a book like 1801, you might not be able to read it because they speak in a different way. You know, let me ask you this. So I hear this a lot. I want you to clarify this for me. I hear this a lot. They say that once slavery was over and that, people could read, the like, so-called blacks or Moors could read, that they started changing the definitions of the words and started doing stuff because now they had to hide it because they could read. Is there any truth to that? Or, I mean, have you heard that before? Share your thoughts on that if there's any.
Well, I want to address slavery not being over. I want to address that first. That slavery never, our subjugation has never ended. So let me qualify. Let me explain that. You have a word that you have the international law principle of restoration, known as post-liminium. POSTLIMINUM. Post-liminium. That is returning a people to their original condition, returning them to the rights that were lost at the time, return them to the position and status at the time in which the rights and status was lost. That's called post-liminium. That has not been done to us. We have not been returned to our original condition. That's the ending of slavery. They're constructing for us. Let me explain the concept further. I invade your house. I hold you, your children, your wife in captivity in your own house for 10 years. I take your bank account, $50,000. I take your Mercedes Benz. I take your 3 Rolex watches. I take your wardrobe. Right? So 10 years later, I say you're free. You're free. I remain in the house. I don't return your bank account. I don't return your 3 Rolex watches. I don't return your wardrobe. I don't return your car. But yet you're free. You haven't been restored to the original condition that you were in before I invaded your home. I must return you to your original condition and position and status. Then we sit down and talk reparations. My returning your shit is not reparations. It's not reparations because that's yours. I'm not giving you anything. My returning is not giving you. That's already yours. I can't give you something that's already yours. I'm returning. Then we talk reparations for damages. Now we talk reparations. We don't talk reparations first. Return my shit. Do that first. Then we talk reparations. They're defining for us. We must rise in knowledge. They're defining freedom for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our conqueror, our subjugator is defining what freedom is for us. You got it. You got it.
Definitely. So let me ask. So this is gonna be this will be the last question on here. So, but so if on here, sister, or I won't say sister, but it says Better Days. So Better Days said off topic. would you be able to point out one to a treaty between Moors and the European colonists occupying this landmass outside of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship?
Would I be able to point to point to a treaty between the Moors and European colonists occupying this land mass outside? Well, you got my book, Moors and Masonry. You got my book, Moors and Masonry. You got the treaties between Morocco and France, treaty between Algiers and France, treaty between the Netherlands and France, between Algiers and the Netherlands, treaty between Algiers and England, between Morocco and France, Morocco and Netherlands, Morocco and my Moors and Masonry. The Consolidated Treaty Series by Clyde Terry. Consolidated Treaty Series by Clyde Perry.
Clyde Perry. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, my brother. Well, I don't have. I appreciate everything that you brought to the table, man, and what you're doing, and everything that you've been doing. Y'all, like, what's your website? What's the
moorsandmasonry.org.
Right, moorsandmasonry.org. Let me put it in here.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, you can go get my books, Etymology and Vocabulary. Etymology and vocabulary, something that you want. How Moon and Venus rule, Illuminati and the illumination of the mind. Moors and Masonry Part 1, Moors and Masonry Part 2, and the Masonic copies of Square and the Connection, the Measurement and Timekeeping.
Exactly. So a lot of what we've been talking about tonight, right? You can find that in most of your all your books. On Moors
and the Venus book and the Illuminati book too. Yeah, so we went there with the Venus book and we dealt with the Illuminati book. Yes, tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The brother got a lot of work and he's been doing a lot of work. So so get these books, man. He be dropping jewels on your Facebook if you want to follow him or join on Facebook.
Yes. Abdullah Bey, Facebook, TikTok, Moors Civil Letter, Instagram, Moors and Masonry. Moors and Masonry's Instagram, TikTok, Moors Civil Letter, and Facebook, Abdullah Bey, Facebook. Mm-hmm. And we also have, I'm also co-founder of the Moroccan Post School of Government and International Law. And we have the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page. I am also advisor on the Moorish Investigative Research Committee, and there's 7 classes, educational lessons that's also on the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page.
All right. So where can they reach you if they need to reach you, my brother? Do you have anything when you put up?
My phone number is 215 300-5471. Just get my number. 215 300-5471.
5471. Okay, y'all got that. I'm gonna put that up on the screen too. We got moorsandmasonry.org. All right, and then I'm gonna put up I'm gonna put your name on there too. So
appreciate you.
Okay. All right.
I definitely, I want to come back.
Yeah. We already know. We got so much to talk about. We got so much to think. So, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate everything, man. Definitely, man. This has been always a good build. Brothers in the building saying it's a good build. So, I think your work has been done here for the night, my brother.
Yeah. We went in. Yeah. So definitely hour and a half. Good hour and a half. We're good. 90 minutes.
Yes, sir. That sounds good.
All right.
So,
thank you again for having me, Vandelay.
All right. I appreciate you.
Peace, everyone.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yes, knowledge is for the people. Get your books today on indigenous.moors.org. Your one-stop shop for indigenous needs.